Hands-On Platinum Championship between the Scorpions and the Roadrunners 98. First off the home team, the Scorpions. Number 3, Jeff Cruz. Number 4, Reed Nichols. Number 5, Chase Pulaski. Number 8, Brandon Napoli. Number 11, Lucas Sellers. Number 32, John Hunt. Number 8, Anthony Dunn. Number 66, Nathan Smith. And number 84, Michael DiMachetti. And it goes to the Scorpions, Brendan Atherton. Head coach of the Scorpions, Rob Sellers. Now the two Roadrunners 98, number 3, Jake Corso. Number 9, Anthony Galicchio. Number 14, Pat Romero. Number 24, Sam Eisenhower. Number 47, George Hansen. Next up to the Roadrunners, number 27, Kyle Blackburner. Number 68, Matt Halverson. Number 73, Brandon Rex. Number 96, Matt LaBoya. And they go to the Roadrunners, Travis Pelkey. Roadrunners are coached by Anthony Bianchi. Alright, so 3 minutes of the warm-ups, and we'll get it going. The 2014 Platinum Championship.
And welcome in once again to the Germain Arena. Jeremy Ellis coming to you on NARCh.com's live stream of the 2014 NARCh Final Bantam Platinum Championship game. This has been a hard-fought division for the last 2 or 3 days, and the teams that have escaped to the end are the Scorpions and the Tour Roadrunners 98. They find themselves here in the championship game. Tour Roadrunners 98 are in the green jerseys. The Scorpions are in the red. The Scorpions come into this game as the home team with the higher seed. Tour Roadrunners 98, the visiting squad. So we'll play 2 12-minute halves here, overtime if necessary, and that's what we'll do to settle a champion. At the conclusion of the game, we'll be handing out all of our medals for gold, silver, and bronze here in the Bantam Platinum division. So we'll wait just a few seconds more here for the lights to come back up after our pregame introductions, and we'll be set to go here in the 2014 NARCh Final Bantam Platinum Championship. Your goaltenders for this hockey game: for the Tour Roadrunners 98, Travis Pelkey; for the Scorpions, Brennan Atherton. I will make apologies right now. There are 2 number 27s out there for the Roadrunners 98. So George Hansen and Eisenhower both wearing number 27. So if I confuse those two, my apologies in advance. So just a few more seconds to go here and we'll start it up. The Scorpions and Roadrunners Bantam Platinum Championship. Looks like the lights are good to go, and we are going to get this one underway. And a puck is put into play, and off they come here. The Scorpions control back into their own end. Nathan Smith with it behind Atherton. And the clock is up and rolling here from the 2014 Bantam Platinum Championship. Working down the side is Coons. Coons passed it back. A nice shot out in front, turned away by Pelkey. Came off the stick of Reed Nichols. Nichols, number 4 out there. Souter with the puck now. Souter steps into a wrist shot that Pelkey blockers away to the corner. Roadrunners battling for it there, trying to pick it up. They continue to dig away at it. Roadrunners finally break free out of the pack. They're trying to hurry. Souter giving chase as the Roadrunners work the puck up the floor. There's a pass across. They try to swing it out front. Atherton steers it away off the stick of Romanowicz. Galicchio fights for it in the corner for the Roadrunners. He loses it, and here comes Nathan Smith back the other direction. Smith working 2-on-2 now. Smith makes a nice move. Smith walks in, takes a shot. Pelkey makes a save. Pelkey crashed into by one of his teammates. Nice move down in the corner there by Coons. Coons tried to feed it out in front. He couldn't get it over there to John Hunt. Hunt with the puck now for the Scorpions as they make changes on the far side of the rink, and they swing it back into their own end, and that's where Brandon Napoli takes over for the Scorpions. 0-0 hockey game here, 10:34 left to go in the first half. Walking in and coming up with a pass that misses was number 84. We've got a call on the play here, and nope, no call. Looks like one of the Roadrunners was rode a little bit hard down into the floor there, but the official says play on, and so the shot is held onto by Atherton. So face-off will be to his right. Roadrunners stepping in and taking the draw, winning it. They try to control it back, fanning on the pass was Hansen. Walking up, taking a shot, and that one whistles wide of the net off the stick of Eisenhower. Eisenhower back up with it now. Here's Eisenhower walking in, looking. Tries to feed it back up top. They swing it over in front of the players' benches. 9:53 left to go here. Eisenhower with the puck, and he turns back the other direction. Up ahead to Hansen. Hansen fires a shot, and it goes in on the netminder, and he hangs on for a whistle. They battle for it, and finally the Roadrunners control it and chip it all the way back down into their own end. Matt Larmio back first to get it for the Roadrunners. Still no score here in this Bantam Platinum Championship. Tour Roadrunners and the Scorpions. Scorpions looking for something here as Reed Nichols swung it across the ring. They take a shot right in and they score. There is Jeff Coons getting on the board first for the Scorpions, up over the shoulder of Travis Pelkey. And Coons puts the Scorpions on top in the Bantam Platinum Championship, 1-0 over the Roadrunners. Scorpions control the face-off. Smith swings it over to Souter. Souter working up the floor, back to Smith. Smith makes a move. Smith walks in, takes a shot. Pelkey makes a save. Another shot. Rebound there, and Pelkey makes 2 big saves on the doorstep. Roadrunners back the other direction now. Smith intercepts it, makes a nice move. It's a 3-on-1 now. They work it across, firing in. Pelkey makes a save off his glove and scores off the stick of number 57, Anthony Dunn, and Dunn puts the Scorpions on top of the Roadrunners, 2-0 here, 8:50 left to go in the first half. Roadrunners will have to be careful here. They find themselves trailing by 2 goals, and the Roadrunners shell-shocked just a bit here against the Scorpions as they've stung the birds here for 2 early on in the first half. 8:35 left to go here. 2-0 Scorpions on top of the Roadrunners. You're watching the 2014 NARCh Finals Bantam Platinum Championship. Here comes Coons the other direction. Coons sends it in, and Smith's shot steered aside. Roadrunners trying to control it now. Slamming on the brakes is Halverson. Halverson's pass. It ends up far up the boards to Galicchio. Galicchio directed one in front of the net, and it goes up off a Scorpions player into the high net, out of play. Nearly 4 minutes gone here in the Bantam Platinum Championship. 8:05 left to go here in the first half. 2-0 Scorpions on top of the Roadrunners here. 2 quick goals by the Scorpions. Past the goaltender Pelkey, and that's where we stand. Souter bumped off the puck. He swung it behind his own net. On it quickly as the Roadrunners. They're still looking for something. Eisenhower fed it over, and they tried to get it to Larmio, and it goes off of his stick. Here comes Smith now with it. Smith backhands one back to Souter. Souter, number 11, cycles the puck back to Smith. Scorpions playing keep away through the neutral zone here as they try to keep the Roadrunners at bay just a bit. Long pass up the boards. There's another long pass over there. Souter takes one and fires it in on the goaltender, and Pelkey comes up with it. .7:17 left to go. Loose puck picked up by the Roadrunners. Roadrunners come back the other direction. Nice pass back on front, shooting, scoring. Roadrunners on the board. It's number 24, Sam Eisenhower, getting the pass in front of the net, and Eisenhower buries it. And it's now a 2-1 hockey game. So the Roadrunners showed that they can strike back just as quickly. They beat Atherton for the first time. There's a loose puck on front, and just like that, the Roadrunners have tied this hockey game. At the 6:57 mark, they score again. That was Hansen walking in. Hansen went up high over Atherton. And this seesaw affair is knotted back up at 2. Galicchio stepped into the circle and lost it to number 4, Reed Nichols. Nichols Ends up on Souter's stick. Souter working the slot. Souter takes a shot. Cruising in for a rebound was Coons. Couldn't find it. It's still there on the doorstep. Battling for it is Nichols. Goes behind the net, and finally Pelkey jumps on it, and we're going to have our first penalty of the hockey game. Looks like it's going against the Roadrunners, so they continue to battle back and forth in this one. And we're going to have a hooking call against the Roadrunners here. They go back up top. Working across now is Souter. Souter over there to Coons. They try to fire one off the stick of Smith. It ends up in the corner. Souter back with it up top. Over to Coons now. Swings it to Smith. Back to Coons. Coons. Him and Smith play catch. Tried to fire it across to Souter. Souter trying to get it out front to Nichols. Ends up in the corner. Smith sauces it back up top. Coons back to Smith. Power play down to 1:24 remaining here. Coons steps into a pass to Smith, and Smith fired it to the net, and it was deflected by number 4, Reed Nichols. So Nichols, power play goal, and he puts the Scorpions back on top in this hockey game, 3-2. Face-off controlled by the Scorpions after they get the go-ahead goal, 3-2 on the power play. Nichols with the tip out in front off the shot by Nathan Smith. Controlling it is Chase Pawlowski. Pawlowski sends it back into his own end, and that's where it'll be picked up by number 8, Napoli. Long pass up the board, trying to hit Anthony Dunn. Dunn spins away, Dunn walking in, Dunn on the back end, tried to go across to Napoli, and he couldn't make the connection. Puck ends up back down in the Roadrunners' end, and that's where they'll set up. 4:49 left to go here. In this first half, long pass up the floor, ends up on the Roadrunner stick, having to circle back into his own end as Graham Rex. Rex's pass was intercepted, but it ends up back onto the stick of teammate Max Halverson. Good crowd on hand for this Bantam Platinum Championship game, one of the hardest fought divisions. There's going to be a penalty called against Nichols as Nichols took down Rex as Rex made a move, and Nichols is called for a trip. And the Roadrunners will go on the power play for the first time here. 4:24 left to go in the first half. Scorpions on top of the Roadrunners, 3-2. One of the Roadrunners dumped in front of the net. That was Graham Rex trying to get position. Stepping into it now, Halverson. Halverson with the puck. Up top now for the Roadrunners. Halverson working his wings here as they try to get something set up. Ends up back down low. 1:32 left here in the power play. They continue to work it around the perimeter, waiting for an opening here, possibly a shot or a pass across. They try to swing it. They get it to the far side. Had a man on the back door. They were trying to locate Rex, and they couldn't get him the puck. Scorpions had it, couldn't get it down the rink, and chasing it down there is George Hansen. Hansen making changes. Galicchio out onto the floor now. Galicchio fires a shot. That one rings off the glove of Atherton. Roadrunners up with it now. Man out alone out in front, and whistling one ride was Graham Rex. Continue to work it around the perimeter. Corso out there now on the power play. Corso works it down low to Rex. Back up top to Corso. Him and Rex play catch now. Galicchio down low. There's a one-timer that's whistled wide of the net. Takes a Roadrunner friendly bounce right back to their sticks. Graham Rex picks up the rebound and swings it back up top to Jake Corso. Corso switches positions with Halverson. Halverson tried to feed him, couldn't get it over there. Here's Galicchio. Galicchio on the doorstep. Galicchio almost snuck it home. Galicchio rebound, scores! The little big man, Anthony Galicchio, ties this hockey game up at 3 with 2:35 left to go here in the first half. Here comes the Scorpions back the other direction, trying to get back out on the board here. Long pass up ahead to the Roadrunners. Here they come walking in. Eisenhower fires a shot wide of the net. Scorpions out on the rebound. They go back the other way now with John Hunt. Hunt leaves it off there and gets the puck back. Hunt steps into one. Pelkey makes a save. Pelkey makes another save off the rebound and collects it off his shoulder back into his glove for a whistle. 2 minutes exactly remaining here in the first half. Come back across to Souter. Souter in between the circles, firing a shot. Blockered away there by Pelkey. Rebound controlled by the Roadrunners. Eisenhower back the other direction. Eisenhower leaves it back into his own end, and Larmio takes it now for the Roadrunners. Larmio with it behind his own net. 1:32 left to go here in this first half. It's a 3-3 hockey game in the 2014 NARCh Final Bantam Platinum Championship. Flying up the boards here, the Roadrunners trying to get one towards the net. Goes off into the corner, taken there by Hansen. Hansen has a goal in this hockey game. He spins away from a check. Hansen looking, walking in, swings it around to Eisenhower. Eisenhower tried to jam it home, and Eisenhower has it turned aside. So face off to the left now of the goaltender Atherton. The Scorpions control the puck. They circle back behind their own net, slamming on the brakes and giving it back was Pulowski. Pulowski got the puck back across the red line now, working down on his backhand, sweeping in behind the Roadrunners net. Under a minute to go, 50 seconds left. Pulowski shovels it up the boards, and it comes back to Brandon Napoli. Napoli back to Pulowski. Pulowski into the offensive end. Circles a pass out in front to DiMichelli. DiMichelli's pass over into the corner. Ends up back up top with Napoli. Napoli trying to keep Galicchio at bay. Those two come together, and the puck ends up on the stick of the Scorpions' John Hunt. Hunt's long pass up to Pulowski. 22 seconds left to go. He tried to get it back over to Hunt. Hunt with the puck, swings it over to Pulowski. Pulowski steps in, top of the circle, thought about a shot. Looking for some help, dishes it off. They circle into the slot area, ends up on the stick of DiMichelli. They get one towards the net, and it's held on to by Pelkey with 2.4 seconds left to go here. So the Scorpions pulling their goaltender here with 2.4 seconds left. A face-off controlled where no one was home, so Scorpions pulling out all the stops here. They pulled the goalie with 2.4 seconds left in that face-off down low to get the extra attacker, but they couldn't control the draw. So the Roadrunners chip it back out, and our score at the half is 3-3. The Scorpions have gone on top a couple times in this hockey game, but the Roadrunners have battled back each time, and that's where we stand here at halftime of the 2014 Bantam Platinum Championship. Scorpions 3, Roadrunners 3. And back to live action here from the 2014 Bantam Platinum Championship. Face-off controlled back by the Roadrunners. They are knotted up with the Scorpions in this hockey game, 3-3 here from the Germain Arena in Estero, Florida. Controlling it back into their own end off the turnover. Nathan Smith scoots down as he had a stick in his skates there. That was Galicchio who got the lumber. Souter up with it on the left side. Souter cruising in, looking for an angle. Souter circles behind the cage, steps back out in front. He had a shot there for a second. Ends back over onto the stick of Coons. Coons tried to get it out in front of the net. Comes back the other direction, and it's scooped up there by Corso. Corso back into his own end. 11 minutes and 5 seconds left to go here in the second half. Scorpions 3, Roadrunners 3. It's the Bantam Platinum Championship game. Jeremy Ellis coming to you from the Germain Arena in Estero, Florida, where this game is still up for grabs, and it could be anyone's gold medal to take home here today. Working up the floor is Corso. Corso circling, working over on the backhand. Going down the left side, Corso pulls on the brakes behind the rink. He faces up against two Scorpions. Corso is knocked down. Nathan Smith back the other way now for the Scorpions. Scorpions trying to get something going. They whip it up to Souter. Souter couldn't control the pass behind him. Smith picks it back up. Goes behind the net. Galicchio tried to knock it away from Smith. Smith circles and swings it back into his own end, and that's where Souter will control as Smith heads over to the bench area and gets a change, and Pulowski back out onto the floor and with the puck. Pulowski with the puck now. 10:05 left to go here in a tied-up hockey game of the second half, regulation time. 3-3 our score. Pulowski stepping in, tried to feed it down low, was looking for Dunn. Couldn't get it to him. This is Napoli with it now. Here comes Napoli. Napoli steps into a shot. Pelkey steers that one aside and paddles it over to his teammate Halverson. Halverson long pass as he tried to hit Eisenhower. Picked back up now by Graham Rex. Rex forced to leave it off to Hansen. And Hansen circles back into his own end as he's watched there closely by Anthony Dunn. They bang for it there. It's picked back up by the Scorpions. Pass across here. The Scorpions trying to get it back the other way. Pulowski tried to direct it towards the net. Ends up back down in the corner. That's where the Roadrunners will control. 8:30 left to go here in a tied-up hockey game. Second half, Graham Rex tries to make a move there on Souter. Nathan Smith just back out onto the floor, steals it away from him, and it ends up back to Souter. Souter spins away from Rex as Rex forechecks hard. They go back in behind Atherton. Long pass up the boards. Controlled there by Coons. Coons swung it over. They end up on the stick of Smith. Smith tries to make a move there. Nice defensive play by the Roadrunners. Here they come back the other direction. Looking for something is Rex. Rex had it knocked away from him. Souter trying to break ahead. Souter couldn't pick it back up. Here comes Smith down low to Souter. Souter makes a move, lost it as he walked out in front of Pelkey. Loose puck comes all the way up. Nichols chips it off the boards, tried to get it back. It's stolen away there by the Roadrunners. They battle for it in the neutral zone. Rex chips it over into the corner. First one there to track it down. Smith dives out and pokes it away from him. Comes all the way back down into the Roadrunners' end. Both teams making personnel changes. 7:25 left to go here in regulation time from the Germain Arena. Scorpions 3, Roadrunners 3. Dangerous pass over to the corner. Past Corso, and Corso forced to turn back behind his own net. Watching him closely is John Hunt. Galicchio back. Swung behind the net, faked like he was going to pick it up. They continue to hold it there. Corso tries to go long off the boards, looking for Halverson. It's past him, but it ends up on the stick of Romanowitz. Galicchio overskated it now. Here come the Scorpions. Scorpions attacking ahead of the floor. This is Dunn. Dunn whistles one over the net. They battle for it on the near side boards. Coming away with it is Napoli. Napoli across the rink to Souter. Souter's been out there for a minute. Souter gives it off to Napoli, and then he looks to make a change. Here comes Napoli now. Napoli walks in, shot. Pelkey makes the save off the blocker and slaps the big glove on top of it. As there is 6:17 left to go here in regulation, the Scorpions on top of the Roadrunners. Not on top, they're tied with the Roadrunners, 3-3. They were on top multiple times in this hockey game, but in each instance, the Roadrunners battle back to tie it up. Roadrunners setting up shop from behind their net. That's Halverson. Halverson calls for a swinger there. Halverson. They want him to move it. They're talking to him now. Halverson, the official told them to get rolling up the floor, and they do. Here come the Roadrunners now across the red line. 5:45 left to go here in regulation. Graham Rex tried to sweep it over to Halverson. It's stolen. Here come Reed Nichols and the Scorpions. Nichols across and chipped off the stick of Jeff Coons, and Coons couldn't control. Nichols has it back in front to. The puck is loose as Coons was there. Coons had a shot. They break back the other direction. Slapping it away. Rex is trying to win that battle. Rex goes down to one knee. Couldn't make a tight enough turn. They go across the rink now. Here come the Scorpions back the other direction. This is Coons. Coons steps into one. It's steered aside by Pelkey. 5:05 left to go here in the second half. Still 3-3. This is Souter now with it. Souter working 2-on-3. Souter takes his shot. Pelkey blockers that one up and over the net. They battle for it behind the net. Hansen keeping John Hunt at bay. This is Corso. Corso trying to split two Scorpions. He can't do it. Racing back to get the puck, Nathan Smith. Here comes Smith 2-on-1. Smith steps into one, and Pelkey blocks that one off into the corner. 4:25 left to go here now. Long pass to Souter back into the Scorpions' end. Galicchio swooping down and watching him and cycling back the other direction. Souter comes up the board to Smith. Smith into the offensive end. Here's Smith. Smith walks in. Sees nothing to his liking there. Forced to cycle the puck back down low. Shot was taken. It was blocked. DiMichelli tried to get one through. From the Roadrunners back the other direction. Hansen had it in the slot. Didn't have enough time to get a shot off as he's watched there closely by DiMichelli. They battle for it on the boards. Trying to get it is Nathan Smith. Ends up on the stick of Smith. He swings it over to Souter. Here comes Souter now, the lefty working up the left side. Fires one in towards Pelkey. Pelkey steers that aside. Unable to come up with it initially was Nichols. Nichols fed it out front. There's a shot. And Coons has it gobbled up by Pelkey. And Pelkey hangs on for another save. 3:29 left to go here in the second half. Roadrunners and Scorpions still tied up at 3. Long pass up the boards. Galicchio fights for it there. Had it taken away from him by Brandon Napoli. Napoli swings it back out front. Nichols right there on the doorstep. And his stick and Eisenhower's come together, and it ends up over the back of the net out of play. Say that deflected off of a Scorpion player, and little confusion there. I guess they just wanted to skate around the surface just a bit. And after some discussion, it ends up that the shot does indeed stay low. And with that, puck controlled and won there by DiMichele. He swings it all the way back to Pawlowski. Pawlowski playing defense out there with Brandon Napoli. Napoli with the puck. Back over into the defensive end for the Scorpions. Pawlowski. Pawlowski trying to lull the Roadrunners to sleep just a little bit. Pawlowski gets a puck back, tries to tuck it in under Pelkey. Rebound comes away. Here comes Galicchio. Galicchio, with no other Roadrunners with him, is going to have to go one-on-one. Galicchio fires a long shot. That whistles high and over the net. Tracking it down there is Brandon Napoli. Here comes Napoli now. Napoli, long pass up ahead to DiMichele, walking right in. DiMichele circles, gets it across the rink to Napoli. Napoli's got a man out front, can't find it. Napoli circles behind the cage. 2:05 left to go here. Second half, still tied up at 3. Long shot. Pelkey steers it aside. Scorpions looking for the rebound, but it's gobbled up by Hansen. Hansen's pass up the boards to Corso. Corso and Galicchio playing offense as they crisscross there. Corso waiting for some help. Tried to get it back to Hansen. It goes between his legs and back into the Roadrunner end, and that's where Halverson will pick it back up. Halverson wings it up the boards. Long pass looking for Hansen. Got past him, and here they come back the other direction. Here come the Scorpions. Scorpions racing into the offensive end. 1:25 left to go here now. Chipping it back into his own end is Coons. Coons, Souter, Nathan Smith, and Reed Nichols, the foursome out there for probably the last minute and 14 seconds of this regulation period. Souter pass up the near side to Smith. Smith walking in on Pelkey. Smith scores! Smith buried one short side over Pelkey, and the Roadrunners call timeout. The Scorpions go on top of this hockey game, 4-3, with 1:03 left to go in regulation time. So the timeout taken by the Roadrunners, it concludes. They trail this hockey game 4-3 right now. Off the goal by Nathan Smith. So 1:03 left in this hockey game. Scorpions have gone ahead of the Roadrunners once more. Scorpions have never trailed in this hockey game. They put the puck back into play. Let's see if the Roadrunners can control. They do, so they get Pelkey up and towards the bench. And so they jump over the extra attacker out onto the floor now for them. Comes Larmillo. They swing it back down low to Larmillo. Larmillo back up top. They swing it across Halverson. They tried to fire one in. It goes off the stick of Corso. Corso with it now. Back over to Halverson. Down low to Galicchio, and Galicchio's shot rings wide of the net. There's a shot out front. Atherton covers up the rebound as Galicchio was cruising in and looking for the equalizer right there in the paint. And Galicchio couldn't get it as Atherton snatched it up quickly. And now we have our last timeout available to the two teams as the Scorpions take it here. So time is running out here for the Roadrunners, but they are putting the pressure on. They have the goaltender pulled, the extra attacker. They trail this hockey game by a score of 4-3. The Scorpions have gone out on top 3 times in this affair. 2-0, 3-2, and now where we stand currently, 4-3. A late goal in the second half by Nathan Smith, the difference, as he was able to sneak one past Pelkey. And that's where we stand here currently. 4-3, Scorpions on top of the Roadrunners. They swing it over to Galicchio, he scores! Galicchio buries it over Atherton, who was diving across, and Galicchio ties this hockey game up at 4, 14 seconds left to go. Here's the last effort here for each team. 10 seconds left to go. DiMichele swings it over. Pulowski with it. Pulowski 5 seconds. Pulowski steers it towards Pelkey. DiMichele up with it. Tries to go out in front. It's a loose puck there, and the horn sounds. And ladies and gentlemen, we are going to overtime here from the Germain Arena. Well, let's see what the Roadrunners do here in overtime. Each and every time there has been a tie game, whether it's 0-0, 2-2, 3-3, and now we stand at 4-4. The Scorpions have got the go-ahead goal. However, in this instance, we find ourselves in overtime, and there will be no chance for the Roadrunners to tie things back up here, as the next goal will win this hockey game, as we are entering period number 3. Overtime here from the Germain Arena in Estero, Florida. It is the 2014 NARCh Final Bantam Platinum Championship, and it is going to an extra frame. So both goaltenders are ready. Pelkey had some time on the bench to think about things, as his team pulled him for the extra attacker, and Galicchio scored a pretty goal as Atherton was diving across his crease. And that's where we stand as we go into our first overtime period, knotted up at 4. Jeremy Ellis coming to you from the Germain Arena in Estero, Florida. Here's the first chance of overtime. Pulowski's shot, dangerous glove there by the Roadrunners, and the Roadrunners have it the other direction. Fire it over, looking for something, sending it in on Atherton, and Atherton calmly collects that puck off the stick of Corso. 11:30 left to go here in our first overtime period. Scorpions and Roadrunners tied up at 4 of the Bantam Platinum Championship game. Puck is dug out of the corner now by Souter. Souter works it up the floor to Smith. Smith got that 4th goal of the hockey game. Would have been the game winner had Galicchio not proved to be a hero. They fire one in on the net. They try to get something there. There's going to be a penalty called. Extra attacker out on the floor. Smith looking for the winner, and the rebound scores! They score! Anthony Dunn! Anthony Dunn has won it for the Scorpions! Smith took the shot. Anthony Dunn got the rebound and put it past the goaltender, Pelkey. There was a delayed call on the play. Penalty was coming up to the Roadrunners, and that will do it in overtime. It only took 55 seconds, and the Scorpions are your champions of the Bantam Platinum Division. Your final score, 5-4 over the Roadrunners. Dunn, the game winner. Assist goes to Nathan Smith. Congratulations, Scorpions, who are the 2014 Bantam Platinum Champions.
Congratulations to all of our medal winners. We welcome out the Mission Outcast 97s now to receive their bronze medals. Let's hand out bronze medals now to number 24 the Outcast, Christian Acosta. Number 9, Chad Colwell. Number 27, Bob Curley. Number 7, Jason Denisio. Number 3, Shannon Kunichika. Number 67, Alex McDonald. Number 18, Kevin Mooney. Number 84, Ari Richter. Number 88, Matt Quinn. Goaltenders for the Outcast, number 29, Aaron Kinney. And number 1, Evan Johnson. Coaches for the Mission Outcast 97, Nick Boyarski. Assistant coach, Alex Dodd and Tommy Cody. Congratulations once again to the bronze medalist, Mission Outcast 97. Next up, our silver medalist, the Estero Roadrunners 98, Anthony Galiglia. Anthony Galiglia. Graham Rex. Max Romano. Max Alberson. Sam Eisenhower. Jake Corso. Kyle McNamara. George Hansen. Matt Warner. Goaltender for the two Roadrunners 98, Travis Covey. Head coach for two Roadrunners 98, Anthony Villalata. Congratulations once again to our silver medalists, the two Roadrunners 98. And now for our gold medalists, the Scorpions. Lucas Sauter. Brandon Napoli. Reed Nichols. Chase Pulaski. Anthony Dunn. John Hunt. Jeff Goon. Michael Ivichelli. Nathan Smith. And the goaltender for the Scorpions, Brennan Atherton. Head coach of the Scorpions, Rob Souter. Time now to hand out our individual awards of the Bennett Island Division. First up, our high scorers with 6 goals and 6 assists, a total of 12 points. From the Mission Outcast 97, number 67, Alex McDonald. Our top goaltender for the division faced 99 shots, making 87 saves. From the Scorpions, Brennan Atherton. Congratulations to both of our award winners for top goaltender and high scorer. Our final order of business this afternoon would we have the captain of the Scorpions come on out to accept the championship trophy as the 2014 Bantam Platinum Champions.